What did you dream to become when you were little? A doctor, engineer, a famous athlete, or maybe an astronaut? Did you become one? If not, are you a failure or an average person? And how does your adult reality compare to your childhood dream jobs? And if you did become one, congratulations to you!
As long as you do what's right for you and it's not hurting others, it's right for them too. John Furman. Chapter 6. Everybody's doing it. The sixth secret of the no rejection process. My interest is in the future because I am going to spend the rest of my life there. Charles F. Kettering. So many people go through life just wanting to fit in and be average. I refuse to believe anyone is born to this plight. Ask any kid what they want to be. I challenge you to find just one who says they are really looking forward to being average. Most of them all start out dreaming of becoming a famous athlete, doctor, firefighter, astronaut, or the like. As we become adults, what causes us to transition away from dreaming great dreams? And more importantly, can it be changed? First, let's look at where you find average people. You can travel the world and meet them at every corner and in between. They are the majority. How did they get that way if most of them once had dreams and ambitions? As these kids grew older, they entered into what I call the Make a Living program. Each has been trained by society, the media, advertisers, and governments that this is as good as it is going to get. They say the only way to live is to get a good job, provide for the next generation so they can have it better than you, and let it go at that. Why are we so valuable? I, for one, enjoy considering what our true value is. One of the things that makes us human is our incredible mind. To duplicate all of its functions, you'd need a computer the size of the Empire State Building, which would cost billions. Yet, with all that artificial intelligence, there's still one thing a computer cannot do. It can't generate a single new thought on its own. What does that make you worth? Self-esteem. Most people know the price of things, but in many cases, they don't know the value. You need to understand that your value in the eyes of the world begins with the respect you feel for yourself, your self-esteem. Your self-esteem can be eroded only by value judging and comparison. Whenever you put someone else on a pedestal and think they are better than you automatically put yourself down. That causes you to feel less respect for yourself. It then becomes difficult, if not impossible, for you to approach that person and present your idea, product, or service to them. Now, as Dale Carnegie says in How to Win Friends and Influence People, never criticize, condemn, or complain. As you apply this wisdom, remember to follow this rule as you talk to yourself too, not just others. Remember, we are all equal in value in the eyes of God. No one is better than you, and you are no worse than anyone else. We all have different skills and contributions, but that doesn't mean any one of us is worth more or less because of that. Nobody is a big deal, and anyone who thinks they are is in trouble and needs to develop some humility. Once you understand and accept this, you will be able to approach anyone. In fact, you may want to adopt this attitude. That person's going to be glad they met me.
Is average okay? What's wrong with being average? After all, average people keep to themselves, they don't harm anyone, and they mind their own business. What's wrong with that? Actually, nothing. Probably you won't live the kind of life you want to, nor make much of a difference to the world. Somewhere near you is the greatest source of natural resources the world has ever known. Your local cemetery. In its ground are some of the greatest ideas that will never be shared. It holds inventions that will never improve the quality of life and art that will never be viewed. It keeps music that will never be heard and future generations that will never be born. Cemeteries are filled mostly with people who just wanted to fit in. They went with the flow and faded into obscurity without contributing much. You can almost hear them saying, "What difference could I have made? I'm only one person."